Good morning. Hello, everyone. It's so good to have you here or on the recording. Either way, it's great. Today I'm doing the all about motivation and some of my experiences about that. And so I'm excited to get started with that. So let's go to the slides right away. Okay, so all about motivation. Here we go. So what we'll cover what is motivation, internal versus external motivation, motivation moving away or towards something, self-worth and how it affects motivation, what lessens motivation, what increases motivations, and how to have more motivation in your miracle morning routine. So there's quite a few things to talk about. So first of all, I want to just start out telling you, I used to be so good about my miracle morning routine. Like it was non-negotiable. I just got up and I did it. And it was like, I just loved it. And then when I got divorced, all of a sudden it started being harder and harder and harder. And at some point, I realized a few things. So we're going to talk about that. But we're going to talk about how I got that back. And so anyways, but let's talk about what is motivation. Ultimately, motivation is about finding the energy and commitment to pursue what truly matters to us in life. And that's what it is, what truly matters to you. And sometimes we we truly want things, but we're not motivated to do it or get it. And so we're going to kind of unravel that today. And it is the inner enthusiasm and determination that compels us to act and persist in the face of challenges. So, yeah, let's talk about internal versus external motivation. So, internal motivation or intrinsic motivation rises from personal satisfaction or the joy of performing a task, such as pursuing a hobby or learning a new skill. That's internal. And then external motivation or intrinsic motivation, extrinsic motivation involves external factors like rewards, recognition, or avoidance of negative consequences, such as working hard for a promotion or to study to pass an exam. So there's a difference between internal motivation that comes from within and external motivation that comes from without. Generally, internal motivation is more powerful because it's less dependent on others and things, and it can be more lasting. So let's talk about some things that are internal motivations. So say your kitchen is a mess and you clean it all up. Internal motivation and satisfaction would come from looking back and looking and just sitting in the energy of this beautiful clean kitchen now, and then maybe doing a little dance, and then but just noticing. Sometimes in our busy lives we just go from one thing to another thing to another thing, and maybe taking the time to check off in your planner that you got something done, and then smiling and just enjoying that moment. That's kind of like internal motivation. And that's kind of after the fact, but it's kind of the anticipation that comes from within. External motivation is interacting with other people or consuming something, like consuming food or the social media or something else, that's our reward. And so just think about that. Let's try for internal motivation. Okay. Now let's talk about moving away or towards. So what I mean by that is And this is my morning routine was to protect me from how I felt like I was being treated in my marriage. And it was pushing against my husband at the time. It was pushing against my husband at the time. So I was motivated to protect myself. And when I moved out, I no longer had that to push against. And so all of a sudden, I don't have that to push against. So I'm not motivated because it wasn't internal, it was external. It was a protection against him. So the other thing is if you have an external motivation, like, well, like in my case, somebody in your life that's being toxic, the further you move away from them, the less motivation you have. Or it could be a bad situation, or it could be a bad, yeah. Anyways, the further you move away, the less motivation you have. So then you're back there again because you need the motivation to do what you need to do. So it's super not healthy. So this was a big eye opener for me. So how do you work with this? So it's so important to be motivated towards something like a goal. That is of you pushing against something. So for the morning routine, what is your goal? So my new goal is to have to connect with myself and to connect with God. That's my new goal, and to have that beautiful time in the morning to just set up my day. And so that's my new motivation. But let's talk about this. So how to work with this. So identify your current motivations. Begin by understanding what you're currently moving away from. For me, I had to understand that I was moving away from somebody, and the way I felt they were treating me. And so it could be fear of failure, it could be discomfort, it could be dissatisfaction. So we could be moving away from uncomfortable feelings. And this is all about our feelings. This is all about our feelings. So acknowledge these feelings and consider how they've served you so far. So for me, I had to go, oh, that was my motivation. I was moving away feeling criticized and controlled, and now I don't have that in my life, and I could see how it motivated me to do these things, but probably not in the best way. I once was reading this book, and it talked about different motivations of why we do things, and like toward we want to be seen by others, or because we feel a duty, or there's so many different reasons, but the highest motivation comes from love. It's based on love. And so anyways, just think about that. Love self, love God, love other people, love whatever. It's just based on love your life, all these things. Okay, so acknowledge these feelings and consider how they served you. Number 2, reframe your mindset. Instead of focusing on what you want to avoid, reframe these thoughts into positive aspirations. For example, instead of thinking, I don't want to be stuck anymore, try thinking, I want to move forward in my life. And then get specific about what you're trying to move forward to. Number 3, set clear positive goals. Define what you're moving towards. These should be clear, achievable, and inspiring goals that align with your values and passions. And so for me, so think about what is driving your goals. For me, for the morning routine, what's driving me now is it's like love of myself, love of God, and love of my life, and doing these morning miracle morning routines, this is like the foundation for having for being in the flow of miracles. It's like the foundation. And the other principles that I'm going to teach in a course that I'm going to be doing soon can jump off of this morning routine. And so it's not all about doing, it's about being. And so when we're doing this miracle morning routine, we're actually being true to ourselves. We're being proactive. We're being loving, hopefully. And so I don't know, there's so many things that we're being as we're doing this. Okay, and then the last part of this, nope, it's not the last, it's the fourth one. Regularly imagine yourself achieving these goals. Visualization can help reinforce a positive mindset and make your aspirations feel more attainable. So we talked about visualization and imagery on day 2. So go back to look at that to see how this could help you accomplish your goals and accomplish your miracle morning routine. Okay, also 5, develop a plan. Create a step-by-step plan for how you will achieve these goals and break down large goals into smaller manageable tasks to maintain momentum and motivation. So like for the miracle morning routine, you know, we could start with maybe just doing everything for 3 minutes or doing 5 of them for 3 minutes and then work up from there. And then continuing doing this each day. If you miss a day, be gentle with yourself, and then keep moving forward and start seeing the benefits of it. Number 6, cultivate a growth mindset. Embrace challenges as opportunities to learn rather than obstacles to avoid. This shift in perspective can help you focus on personal development and progress. And so maybe you have obstacles like people in your family, or maybe you have obstacles with time. Instead of thinking of them as things that you want to avoid, find out how you can shift into opportunities. And so look at that. And then number 7, surround yourself with positivity. Engage with people and environments that support, encourage your new direction, which hopefully you can use our Facebook group as that, like post your wins, post your challenges, post your different things that is going on, but seek mentors and communities that align with your goals. And so I would like this to be a supportive community for doing our miracle morning routine. Okay, number 8, reflect and adjust. Regularly reflect on your progress and be open to adjusting your goals and plans as needed. And then remember, celebrate your small victories to maintain motivation. So that's kind of how you deal with the moving towards or away from. So let's talk about self-worth and motivation. Self-worth plays a crucial role in influencing an individual's motivation. When a person has a strong sense of self-worth, they are more likely to believe in their abilities and pursue their goals with confidence. So what happens is this was something else that played into my life. You know, when I stepped out of my marriage, I was in this new place. Like, I was like, what do I like to do when I'm just by myself? Who am I when I'm just by myself? You know, I was like, and it's taken steps to come into that self-love, to realize that I love me and it's not dependent on how others feel about me. I love others and it's not dependent on how they feel about me. You know, it's like, and when we love ourselves, and if we have high self-worth, then what we are is we're motivated to do that self-care. And basically, the miracle morning routine is self-care. It's just plain and simple self-care. And so that's huge. Self-worth, self-love, those things are huge in doing your miracle morning routine. Conversely, low self-esteem can have a detrimental effect on motivation. Individuals who doubt their value may struggle with self-doubt and fear. And so if you doubt your value, it's really hard to do the miracle morning routine because you don't think you're worth taking the time, the energy, the space to do it. There's all sorts of things. And so that's something that you really want to look at and go, how can I love myself more? And interestingly enough, when you do your miracle morning routine, it's easier to love yourself, and the love for yourself does grow. It's amazing when you do that, how it grows. So ultimately, fostering a healthy sense of self-worth can empower individuals to set and pursue ambitious goals, maintain persistence, and enjoy the process of personal growth and achievement. And so that's huge. All right, let's look at the factors that can lessen motivation. Lacking clear goals, fear of failure. This is big. When you think that you're not going to succeed, then you just don't even try. Overwhelmed, feeling like you have so many tasks and responsibilities that it's hard to muster the energy to start and continue working. Like you might be in a place where you're like, man, I have so much going on in my life. I don't have time to fit in this miracle morning routine because I'm overwhelmed. Then lack of confidence, doubting your abilities, external pressures, external stress from external factors like your family, your work, your financial issues can distract from doing your morning routine. Also, monotony. Your morning routine might get boring if you don't change it up, or if you don't refine it, or if you don't do it to how it works for you. For me, I like some days I'm riding my exercise bike. Sometimes I'm going for a hike. Sometimes I'm going for a run. Sometimes I'm going kayaking. Sometimes I'm doing that for my cardio. I always love to do yoga, but sometimes I'll switch that up with different forms of yoga. And then weights. I pretty much do the same thing on that all the time, but it's not boring to me. Okay, insufficient rewards. If the rewards for effort seem insufficient, an attainable motivation can dwindle. And so this comes back to the internal or external motivation and internal and external rewards. And so we'll look at that. Poor health, physical and mental health issues can significantly impact energy levels and motivation. And so, yeah, that can be a challenge to do your miracle morning routine. And then having a negative environment, a toxic or unsupportive environment can drain motivation and enthusiasm. And then 10, lack of support. Without support from peers, family, or colleagues, it can be challenging to stay motivated. So for the miracle morning routine, I just really want us to be supportive of each other. And I want to be supportive of you as you do this. And really, I want to keep this up for 21 days and then longer, but let's keep it going. Okay. Factors that can increase motivation. So setting clear goals, having those specific achievable goals can give direction and purpose. So what are your goals around the miracle morning routine? How do you want that to look? Break it down and put it in manageable steps and follow the path. Number 2, finding intrinsic rewards. We've talked a little bit about this already. When you find personal satisfaction or pleasure in the task itself, motivation naturally increases. So when you're doing your miracle morning routine, how do you have those intrinsic rewards? how can you be your own best cheerleader, like cheering yourself on, like, wow, I just did that, and now I'm doing this, and this is so cool, I'm doing that, and feeling that gratitude and all this stuff. Okay, creating a supportive environment. Surround yourself with positive influences, whether they're people, resources, or a conducive physical setting. So we've talked about that in the past, about setting up a space that is peaceful and beautiful for you. Maybe a comfortable chair with a lamp and your mug of tea in the morning, whatever it is works for you. And then people and resources. So people, let our group be the support for you. And then the resources. Do you have the resources? When you plan your miracle morning routine, do you have the book handy that you want to read? Do you have your meditation blanket or sheepskin? Do you have your yoga mat ready? Do you have your journal there? Do you have all those tools right there so it's easy, or do you have to go searching for them all over the place? That's why it's good to have a special place where you can have everything set there. Okay, establish a routine. And that's what we're talking about, the miracle morning routine. That's what we want to do, create regular habits and normalcy. And so it becomes non-negotiable. This is just what you do. And then again, visualize success. Imagine the end result or the benefits of completing a task. That can be a powerful motivator. So when you are in your morning routine and you're doing your calendaring and planning, and maybe each day you can check things off and go and then not only check them off, but feel that satisfaction of accomplishing whatever you're accomplishing. And then also rewarding progress, celebrating small victories along the way. And that's really what it is about, celebration and having those rewards, whether tangible or intangible, but remember the internal rewards are way better. Although external rewards are not bad, it's just they can go away, that you're not in control of those. And then seeking feedback, constructive feedback can provide valuable insights into your progress and areas of improvement. Yeah, and if you guys want to either post or message me, like wanting feedback on anything, feel free. I'm open to that. So cool. Okay. So then let's talk about the miracle morning routine. Itself. So we've already talked about set clear and manageable goals. Break your miracle morning goals into smaller manageable tasks. Visualize success. We're reiterating that. That's even part of your miracle morning, is visualizing success. Cha-ching! And you might need to do it around your miracle morning. Develop a plan. Plan times and milestones. Like maybe you say, you review it after 3 days, or you review it after a week, or you set this goal for 21 days, whatever that is. Develop a plan, outline a detailed plan. Oh, we're talking about that one, sorry. Stay positive, cultivate a positive mindset. And so If you can hop out of bed just excited about your life, that is huge to do your miracle morning routine. And then staying positive throughout. And then surrounding yourself again with support. Let our Facebook group, let me be supportive for you. And then monitor your progress. I just yesterday posted a tracking sheet, just a basic tracking sheet for 21 days, I think. And regularly review your progress. Check off the boxes. If you like checking boxes, I like checking boxes. And then, but as you do that, it will help you identify areas of improvement. Find each day you're hit and miss on one of the things, and you can figure out, oh, how can I incorporate this better? That type of thing. Again, reward yourself, whether it's internal or external, or both, internal or external rewards, or both. And decide ahead. Like each day when you finish your miracle morning routine, what could be the reward? Internal and external. Okay. Learn from your setbacks. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, view them as learning opportunities. And be gentle with yourself. Like, adapt your plan as needed and be gentle with yourself. And stay healthy. Maintain a balanced lifestyle with proper nutrition, exercise, and rest. Because physical well-being contributes to mental motivation. So many of these things you can do in your miracle morning routine for your health. Like, I do my vitamins as part of my miracle morning routine. I do my exercise. I do my hydration. That's part of my miracle morning routine, as I drink water the first thing when I get up. And so add some of those health benefits in there. And then remind yourself of the purpose. Keep the reason behind your goal at the forefront of your mind. So why are you motivated to do the miracle morning routine? Like I said, my motivation is, and I will say, one, I like that it helps me get into the flow of miracles. That is huge. And then also connecting with myself and God, and then my self-care for my amazing body, that's part of it too. It's like these things I'm moving towards are beautiful. Now, some days still I struggle to do it. I'm like, oh crap, I have to do that early this morning, and I got up late and blah, 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 blah. And then I try to work it in later in the day. But if you can figure out how to be early to bed, early to rise, that will really help with this. Okay. All right. Well, that is it for today, guys. If you have any questions or comments, post them under where I post the video, and I'll talk with you later. I'm gonna stop my share. Okay, we're good. Love you guys. Have a great week. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.